Well, hello designers, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day so far. Today I'm going to give you a tour in this beach house which I designed. Me and my sister started working together and we executed this project within 1 week. So it was like a crazy fast project. It was quick. There was no time for rendering. I would like to walk you through every single part of the process because it's interesting when you don't work with like a 3D prepared and furniture less prepared. It's definitely more difficult this way because when you don't plan, it's just things become a little bit messy. So I'll walk you area by area and I'll show you the before and after. So let's go right now. I'm very excited. This area behind me, this is the entrance. This is where the door is at, and I'm gonna remove my bag from here because I was just utilizing the functionality of the space. And what I wanted to show you is that we used to have such a terrible area here. And it's not the client's fault, it's just usually you just get things that are quick solutions, and that's our job as designers. We are problem solvers first and foremost. Behind this particular curtain there's a DP box and it's incredibly ugly. It's not nice to look at. There is a window here but it literally compromises all of the privacy, which is really important to my client's culture. So what we've decided to do here, this is Autodesk Sketchbook, and this is the most extent that we did on software. We didn't use any softwares other than Autodesk Sketchbook. And the initial idea, this was the door, and these are the 2 panel curtains. The original idea is for the console to be on this side and to have a mirror in front of you as you go from the door. When we saw that mirror, that huge bamboo mirror, we fell in love and we wanted to make it a moment. It remained, and also we could have done cladding, but 2 things that don't allow for cladding is first of all the time, and the second thing is for the budget. And I honestly love how the linen complemented the whole breezy beach house. We decided to do 2 panel curtains and a little bit of a seating area here. Some hanging solutions was requested by my client, and we even added a pelmet to cover the railing because the railing never looks good. And also we added a mirror here. There's some hooks as well to hang your bag, little runner on the floor. A side note, I always try to match my projects when I am working. The second area is the area behind me. Every single house needs this area. It's a catch-all. It's a place where you place your bag, your keys, anything that you might be carrying on top, especially in this time where you need to sanitize everything. And it happens to be my client's favorite area, and it happens to be mine too. It's nice to have a beautiful area as you proceed to go inside. And also, this area was completely abandoned when we first got the project. There was nothing here, and this wall was not being utilized. Now right now, what we have inside is the touch-up kit that we keep for the client. This is anything that you might need to touch up the paint, especially that we have like lighter shade of the walls. By the way, I'll leave the shade of the wall and everything down below, and also on my Instagram profile, so go check it out. Also important, something that as a designer you might need to do. We did some of the purchases of furniture here. You need this folder if you're an interior designer. Every single receipt, I keep it inside, and that's the way I treat things. I don't give my own quotation, I give the real quotation, and I take my price up front. So I keep it for the client right here. As you see, this area was inspired by the functionality. It's not right by the door, and it's always nice to drop something off and walk away. So this particular table was with the house. My client requested to keep it. And the thing is, since we completed this project in 1 week, that's why we have the lighting here. If we had more time, we would move the lighting. We would probably make the dining area a little bit closer to the kitchen. Styling on top of this simple. This particular light, my client had some doubts about because it's a glass. It lacks any kind of color or character. But we did this because we have a bunch of cane pendants there that I can't see on the camera right now. It doesn't overpower those cane pendants, which are a moment on their own. Also, we treated this window as we would treat any other window, which I think gives it a little bit more elegance and gives this area more definition. The living area, and this is absolutely my favorite area of the house. I'm obviously not gonna sit on the sofa because I'm scared that I'll ruin it. My client requested a sofa that is so comfortable, and this is one of the best options that we found in the market. It's completely filled with goose feathers, so when you sit on it, it's like literally sitting on a cloud. Very hard to get up from, which to me it's a con, but for my client, she loves it. This coffee table has a story. The thing is, sometimes you see pieces and those pieces, you know they go in that place, and you gotta trust your gut, because that's what happened. I saw this coffee table and I went crazy over it, and I thought it would be the piece that holds this room together, and hey, look at it, it did just that. I think it's such a great piece. It's the main focus of the room, especially that the sofas and everything we have is very minimalistic, and we have very minimal color palette, but then you look at the coffee table and it's beautiful. Let me take you through the details of the room. The white linen curtains as well, because of their simplicity, they gave such a very breezy look to the room. They made it look fresh, and they complemented the paint color, which is really beautiful shade of grayish. It's not beige and it's not gray, it's right in the middle. And also we didn't want to clutter the walls, so we only added 4 different artworks. All of them are from Etsy. The biggest difference I had in this project is that I learned that I can't take pictures by myself, so I hired a photographer. Her name is Anya, and she did an incredible job taking pictures of the space, and I really appreciate her, and I'm gonna leave her account down below. Now this is the kitchen door. We had nothing to do with it, but we had to do with this area right here. And this area was not the best area in the house. There was the router on a very small shelf right here. It has a bunch of the items that my client has in her house, like the emergency kit. But the router, the ugly router, is hidden somewhere here. And you don't get to see it. And it won't block the signal at all because this one is see-through. By the way, this is IKEA Besto inside. This is an IKEA Besto frame, and this is a company in the UAE that are called Frontiers. I love them so much because honestly, if they didn't cooperate with my timeline, I wouldn't have gotten everything installed in 1 week. So they actually bent over backwards to get us everything installed in time, and I love it. We added a little bit of a styling moment on the top because we thought it complemented it really well. That's a giant TV. This TV is so huge. I'll put myself up for reference. This is how big the TV is. Courtesy of my client's husband. He loves his movies and his TV time, so he chose something that's monstrous. On the top shelf, this was already installed from beginning. Because of the lamp and because of the rattan and cane touches, it's just very minimalistic and beautifully styled. There's not much going on, but that's exactly what makes it so special. This particular piece I'm in love with. Now we're gonna go upstairs to show you the before and after of the living area and the bedroom, the master bedroom. This is behind the scene of a YouTube video. This area saw the most transformation in the house. Now this area behind me, we only had the couches on here, and I thought that it needed something. It needed a personality. It needed something that you would see, you would go upstairs and be like wowed by. We've added these incredible, beautiful linen pendants here, and they gave it a little more soul. So here we have one little window, and this window is right here. And it's such a small window, and it's pushed all the way to the wall. So your natural choice would be like to have like a blinder, or to have blinds and call it a day, but I thought it deserved more than that, especially that this is what the landing area. It's the main area between the vital rooms of the house, the bedrooms, her child's nursery, and the guest bedroom. So this is why this area needed to have a little bit more balance. So guess what we did? We created wall treatments on the entire wall, and we created a fake window here. So there's nothing behind it. It's literally just wall. But as an optical illusion, it works really well. Anya came. She's like, can we open this curtain probably to see more light? We let some light through the window. So she was surprised that there's no window on the other side, which is a really good result. We've also added a task lamp because they might enjoy a book here, and it would be like a nice area to read, and you would need something other than the general light in the room. And also we kept the accent light going. And honestly, this button is my favorite thing in the world. We matched the color to the door frame, and there was a little wall here, so there's a Lightbox projection, and we covered it up here. There's some hidden storage inside where you can hide all of the clutter or her baby toys if she wants to. And also you have enough space to display all of your favorite pieces, and a little added lamp here for a little bit of an accent light, which I love. For the master bedroom, we did the most dramatic work. For the master bedroom, she requested a little bit of color, and I thought a little bit of color is a great idea, but we want to make something that's one of a kind, that is going to be completely hers. We got the color palette. It's very relaxing to look at. So this room, I would describe it as a boho with a tribal twist, which is like something that's completely original. We've never done it before, we've never seen it done before. And I think it's very beautiful with the style of the room. And even though it's a beach house, I think the contrast gives it really like an oomph. I don't know how to describe it, but it gives it something extra. It might not show on photography, but if you zoom into the rug, there is a little bit of this terracotta color that's on the wall, which makes it such a beautiful moment in time. And it's how you match things. Sometimes you gotta match the unexpected as well. And I really truly love how these pendants matched out with the artwork on top of the bed. The bed we did not change because the client asked us to keep the frame, and we thought it was beautiful. The side tables are completely something else. I love these side tables so much that I'm thinking of getting them for my own house. They're so beautiful. This color is just everything. If I had more time or budget, I would probably add a bench in front of the bed or like a chair or something, because there's enough space. And there's the huge magnificent TV, the frontiers, cabinets underneath where she can hide everything that she doesn't want to see and still maintain the shape of the room. And if you look behind the door, this is what you'll see. You'll see the beautiful, big, huge mirror with a basket for the throw pillows underneath. It's a little styling moment as well, and it will add an extra functionality into the room. She decided that she doesn't like the color palette anymore, or she got bored of it. She can easily switch out the rug. This is an IKEA rug, so it's very easy for her to switch out the rug into something like white, or has a little bit of gray, or it has a little bit of beige, and it would go. This color is like incredibly neutral. I know it doesn't look it, but it's incredibly neutral, and it will match up to everything because it's desaturated, and that's the key. To my personal preference of interior, I love desaturated hues of colors because I think they work the best.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel.
Since now this project is over, and I'm honestly, first of all, I feel very sad because it's over, and it's because like every single project, when you hand over the project, you know that you might never see the space again, unless like you're very like great friends with the client or best friends with the client, but usually you don't see the space again. So that's like the sad part. I want to actually give you my learnings on this project. So the thing is, first of all, I know that we had such a little time to plan, but I wish we planned a little bit more. If I didn't have my sister with me, who's now working with me officially, I wouldn't have known what to do because it was a lot of work. It's a lot of coordination. It doesn't look like it after you finish the project. It just doesn't show the amount of work that you put, the blood and sweat and tears that you put in the work. And the thing is, first of all, I'm really glad that I started working with my sister, because it means that I've got someone to help me, to give me a hand when I need help, but also the ideas from 2 points of views, which is really cool. And also what I wanted to say is that if I was to repeat this project all over again, first of all, I would absolutely plan for everything beforehand. We dived right in. We chose the paint samples from the first day that we visited the site, because the client said that she wanted to spend some time in her beach house and that she might not get this time again. Second of all, I would have collected more database before starting the project. I would have kind of went around the market a little bit, because I took a little bit of a break of interior design in the last few months because of personal reasons, and that made me a little bit out of touch with the current market, so it made it a little bit harder. It was harder to communicate with the client because we had to send her every single choice, and she was very, very responsive, which is, I'm really grateful. Aisha, if you're watching this, thank you, you're golden. You did this as much as we did it, and she was very responsive. We'd send her a picture, she would say go ahead, and she would go ahead and buy everything. We had very limited time, and since we also had a very limited time to do this project, I didn't get the measurements properly from the first time, and I would probably change that a little bit. I did not have a system, and now I developed a system for measurements, because when you need to take measurements, you need to take them all the way through, from starting by the main door and into every single corner of the house. You need every single measurement. This project is in another emirate, which means that I had to drive 1.5 hours, and my sister had to drive for 1.5 hours to get here and take some measurements some days, and that gets complicated. So I would say take measurements from the beginning and double, triple check your measurements. Thank God we had no issues with measurements whatsoever here, which is incredible. Although that one learning that I knew before but got emphasized, this built in right behind me, it did not go inside of the bulkhead, and that was a little scary moment, because my carpenter friends, bless star, because they're so professional, they had gotten their tools with them and they sanded off the top, and now it's perfect, it fits perfect. But these kind of mistakes usually happen, so if you even if you, I would not only go with one measurement, I would also get every single contractor to measure their part, just in case. Last but not least, I would get a lot more styling stuff. There are some areas that feel understyled, especially this area behind me. I feel like I could style it a little bit more. I would step up with the styling, but sometimes you get so many stuff and you think, oh, I'm set. Oh, whatever you think you're set with, double it. And that's the amount of styling items that you might need. And yeah, that's probably it. The planning part, keep everything organized, keep the bills organized as well, keep your financials organized. And also what I did is I also sent the wrong invoice to my client. And that was embarrassing, but I have to share the triumphs and the losses, so this was like a loss to me. I hope that was helpful. It helps a lot that I had experiences before. I don't recommend you go into any project without planning. I think planning is very essential. And yeah, I hope you have a great time of the day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for going through this project. If you have not subscribed or followed me on Instagram, please do both. Don't forget to turn on the bell. It's very, very important, you guys. I'm a small creator and I need your help to get a little bit bigger. Thank you so much, and bye. See you on the next one. Goodbye. Honestly, it's very, very hard to let go. It's just hitting me right now that I might never see this space again. I want to cry a little bit, but it's a part of the job.